Look, my name's Cheryl Burden. I'm from the Huon. I grew up in North Franklin. It wasn't until I moved to Geefton that I found, working at the school, that I found out that I was Aboriginal. And my word, I was proud of that. Because back in our day at school, you weren't allowed to mention that you were Aboriginal. Anyway, I love working at the Geefton school with all different types of kids. And Anna Jones was over there. She was the kindergarten teacher. And she said, Cheryl, just the person I want to see. I thought, for goodness sake, what have I done wrong? She said, no, she said, I just want to talk to you about a child and family centre. They have different facilities for mums and children from 0 to 5, but there's none in Tasmania. And we may be able to get one here. So I thought, oh, beauty. So we got together and we talked over many talks and wondering whether it could happen in Geefton. We started off having meetings, and I'm talking about in the boots of cars, with 3 people to work things out. Then in the laundry. Then we got a room over at the Geefton District High, which it was then. And then we had some service providers come in to talk, to expand the whole situation. And at that time, they were thinking about a building where they would have it. They had the choice of the old principal's house. I didn't really like that. And then they said they might get the forestry building. Anna was going to Melbourne that weekend, and she wasn't finding out till the Monday whether we'd get the building. And I went down to Barrett's Beach, which is a little further south, and I picked up 2 shells. The other shell was perfect. It wasn't broken like this one, but this one gave warmth to me, and I looked at it, and there's a pathway into the centre. And I sat out there and I rang up Auntie Eva, and I said, Auntie Eva, I've got the trees. I said, I've got the land and the sky, but where's the water? She said, what have you got in your hand? I said, a shell. She said, there's your water. So I rang Anna, and she was just about to hop on the plane to Melbourne. She was at the airport, and I said, Anna, you have got the building, because this shell told me. And I believe that's true. Geefton has always been a forest town. Before it was named Geefton, it was called Lightwood Bottom, with sawmillers and bushworkers felling trees since the 1800s. It is so fitting and obvious that the name for the new centre should be Forest Ground, and the native or Aboriginal way of saying this is Wairapiti. And I'm so proud of this place. We have our own building right on the forest ground. The most noticeable thing I have found, that instead of the community being afraid to join in and ask for help, it has knitted our community like not one tree, but a forest full of trees, with each of us learning. The acceptance of diversity is great. I am proud that each and every person is treated as an individual, not just Aboriginal people and white people, but people with other cultures as well. That's my story. It was years ago. It makes me cry.
I feel emotional. Right, so I'm sorry.
I'd like to say that I'd like more people involved with Wairapiti. I'd like all the young families now to be able to come in here, trust the place, like we got them in here to begin with, the ones that wouldn't come in. And the only way to do that is lead by example and let them know it's a trusting place and warm, family orientated.